Hello everyone, this is Zoltar and welcome back to Darkest Dungeon. It's been a while. It's been a while since we've done some Darkest Dungeon. We've done a little bit of leveling on our own, not enough to actually press through to any of the high-level bosses, unfortunately. However, there has been a patch. Patch has occurred for Darkest Dungeon. We've got new classes, we've got new bosses, so we're going to be starting up the series again. We're not going to be doing it all the time, kind of just when I'm using a new class or facing down a new boss, but still, at those points, I figured we'd go ahead and bring it back. So this run, as we can see, I've gotten a little bit overzealous in some of my upgrading and blacksmithing and so on and so forth, and I'm kind of running a little low on cash. So we're just going to try a short run in the Warrens for a very low-level group, and we've got Fairfax as our new class. He's going to be a man-at-arms. And then Ikuland, however you want to pronounce her name, she is going to be an Arbalest for us. And so Fairfax, he's going to be in the front line doing a lot of tanking. Ikuland, she's going to be in the back just raining down fire on our opponents. I haven't exactly picked the skills I want to use yet, but they are all unlocked and available if I want to use any of them. So let's just go ahead and get to provisioning. Now, we're a little out of luck here, but I think we can manage 12 food and 8 torches. Yes, just barely. So no extra stuff. We're going to have to be careful. We might need to give up at some point, unfortunately, but maybe this will manage to get us through our short little run. So let's just try it.
They breed quickly down there in the dark, but perhaps we can slay them even faster.
So let's unequip all of Fairfax's skills and take a look at what he has available. Crush is pretty boring, and I think we'll try and avoid it if at all possible. It's just a basic hit that doesn't do a whole lot else. Rampart is interesting. It has a stun and a knockback attached to it, so that's kind of nice. Bellow is looking nice as well. Just a group-wide debuff on our opponents could be very useful. Defender, I'm kind of tempted by. Maybe occasionally we can at least try out the guard ally part of it and see what happens there. Retribution, also very tempting. It marks a target and provides protection. It just looks like a nice all-around skill, so I think we're going to have that one equipped. I think we're going to have Bellow and Rampart both equipped as well. So we need to pick a last skill. I still kind of want to avoid Crush. It has its purposes, right? It's our highest damage skill as Fairfax, but everything else looks a bit more interesting. So maybe we just try out Defender along with all of those and see how that goes. Okay. So that's going to cover Fairfax. Let's get our Hellion skills set up like we want. I don't think we have everything we want here. No, it looks like we might. Okay. So we want the stun, we want breakthrough, we probably want wicked hack. And if it bleeds might be a nice way to go ahead and round things out. Yeah, I think we'll take if it bleeds as well. There we go. That'll cover our Hellion. Our Vestal should be fairly well set up, not going to worry about her too much. And then finally we can have a look at the Arbalest. So we're going to have here Sniper Shot, which I think we're almost certainly going to have equipped. Bonus damage against marked targets, 5% crit mod, looks kind of nice, potentially, so we're going to try that out. We will avoid Sniper's Mark for the time being if we're correct about Fairfax marking things for us. Then hopefully that'll cover that, right? He has that marked target. Maybe that's marked target self, though. That could be, I don't know. Let's try out and see what happens. We'll go ahead and equip Suppressing Fire, because it's also just a group-wide debuff that might be useful at times. Bola can do a knockback on 2 targets, so that's very interesting. And just hits those front 2 targets. Blind Fire is a speed buff, but it hits a random target, so that's interesting. Battlefield Bandage has potentially its uses. Rallying Flare potentially has its uses. But I'm tempted to go with Blind Fire and Bolas for now, just to see how that all works out, and then we'll try out some of those other skills later. I'm thinking. So let's start exploring these rooms. We got to complete 100% of room battles. And we've already hit something we could have used a shovel for.
Surprising. These tunnels predate even the earliest settlers.
Oh well. That's what we get. We were even surprised in our very first match, which looks kind of difficult for a hallway fight, but we'll see how it goes. Alright. That's actually okay that he's marked, I think. It's kind of... he's the one we wanted. Oh, but he gets crit already and is bleeding. That is really not good. This is not a good start for us. Let's try and get a stun out. I know that reduces our damage, but we did succeed on the stun, so that's a good start. Suppressing fire is an option. The bolas are an option just to get this swine slasher forward. We could also just, though, sniper shot the slasher, take him down, get a little bit of stress relief going. That's okay, I think. We're going to go ahead and heal our tank, because he took some serious hits and he's going to be bleeding out. We have no way to stop that. And finally, why don't we start by trying out Retribution on this drummer? Okay, so yeah, he marks himself and activates Riposte. That's interesting. Let's, if it bleeds the drummer. Not quite enough damage to finish him this round, but it will next round, so that's fine. Toss out another heal. That is just so interesting. He marks himself. That's what I thought it might be, but it's still interesting to me. Unfortunately, we can't guarantee to hit this swine chopper right now. Let's just try a blind fire. Okay. It says random target, so I have to assume it's random. But that also buffs our speed, which is, I guess, kind of nice. Not the end of the world. I think we'll just bola here, though. Whoa! That was some damage there. That was some pretty crazy damage on that crit. And let's just Wicked Hack. Doesn't quite finish him off yet, but hopefully we'll take him down here. Let's just try out Rampart and see what it looks like. I think it'll do enough damage for the kill. Yeah, 2 to 5. So there we go. And we move forward 1. Which is nice. Okay, got another torch. Let's go ahead and pop a torch. Probably should have done that ahead of time, but whatever. Check out the crate. Don't really care about heirlooms, but fine. Okay, we're going to check out the pile of bones, apparently. Fine. It's your problem. Yeah, it's actually a bit of a problem for you in the future, isn't it? That's not good. Okay, room. What's in here? Nothing. I'm actually okay with that. And we get the scout. Pretty long scout, too. Nice. I don't know if we actually have a good trap handler in this group. I guess our Hellion's the best, probably, but still not good. Yeah. Oh, well. Yep. No success whatsoever, and we're bleeding. Oh, well. Not much to do about it. Not gonna blow a torch right now. Okay, got another torch. Nice. Now we blow a torch as we're about to enter this room. Yep, we got a fight in here. Not good. Oh, seriously? That's how we're going to get started? I might just die here because I can't stop getting crit by butcher's cuts. Which is just awful. Yeah, it would have gone a little bit better if we'd been able to sock up, but not much at this point. Doesn't really feel like that's hurting us too badly. Now, let's see if we can bring this swine slasher down before he causes any serious problems. That, I think, is a fine start. We will go ahead and, in fact, bellow this time. We only got hit 1 debuff out. That really sucks. Alright. More healing. Got a crit heal. That's important. That can happen now, interestingly enough. And why don't we just sniper shot the wretch? Excellent. The crits might save us from their crits. Kind of what we needed right now. Alright, I'm thinking AoE heal this time. Just 8 hit points back to the group. That can also crit, although the crit on the AoE heal seems to function on a character-by-character basis from what I've seen. Just something to note. We do gain protection if we use Retribution. So I'm tempted to do it anyway. Man, he is real low damage. For the time being. And he hits back, though. That's kind of nice. Ah, he is bleeding. Ouch. Not good. Alright. Sniper shot the drummer. That was a real low damage roll. That was just really low damage. Ooh. Oh, I see. He also got hit again because Riposte is still active, so even though he wasn't dealing damage, good things still happen for us. Alright, let's go for the stun. It doesn't deal any damage anymore. Something to consider is the fact that the stun doesn't deal damage anymore. But I wanted to get out some more healing, so that's why I went with it. Let's go ahead and... could go for a prop buff, just a straight up prop buff, but I think it'd be better to instead... we could just bellow again. It'll do enough damage to take down the drummer.
As the fiend falls,
Interestingly enough, it can roll 0 damage, which I don't think used to ever happen. I never used to see 0 damage, so I'll have to think about that in the future. You guys are just dealing no damage whatsoever, aren't you? Even blind fire is just such bad damage. It's only good for taking out this last single target, it feels like. And then it provides a speed buff, which is just so awkward for the end of a fight. Going. I know you need a bandage, but I'm bad at math, so we don't have any on hand. Sorry. Let's go for Rampart. Ooh, got a crit. Well, I'll take that. Yes, outmaneuvered. Exactly what happened there. Purely decorative. Gross. Alright, well, guess we'll keep moving then. Seriously, the trap is back? Why would the trap be back? I can't believe the trap is back. Yes, eat. Thank you. Try again. Oh look, we failed again. Big surprise.
Possessed by evil intent.
Well, let's keep moving. Nothing for it but to keep going. Maybe we'll make it out of here alive. Probably not. Our light was fading a lot more slowly here. I'm wondering if that's because we'd already explored the area. Seems possible. Why don't you check these out? Go nuts. Yeah, okay, good. 72 out of 200. Maybe 200 is a heart attack, but 100 is still stressing out. Heart attacks are now a thing. By the way, just kind of worth paying attention to. Well, why don't you try the trap? Oh, look, you actually succeeded. See, Hellion, that's how we do it. And we get a little stress relief for that. Go, team. I'm tempted to go ahead and eat a little bit for our Hellion's sake. We have a lot. Actually, both the Hellion and the Crusader are kind of injured. Let's do it. Yeah, we can even crit heal on food for some reason. Not entirely sure why, but it's possible. Oh, should have lit torches first. Okay, spiders this time. Hopefully slightly less of an issue than we've had other times. Now, I think we're going to go ahead and go with a Judgment because it has the potential to kill, and it did. So that's going to save quite a bit of damage on its own and give a small heal, which is nice. Okay, that's all fine. We could try a breakthrough, but it's not actually going to succeed at killing anything if we do it. Whereas, if it bleeds, if it hits, is a guaranteed kill if we get the bleed effect. So we're going to go for one of these spitters. Good, good, good. Alright, excellent. And it missed. So hopefully we can clean this up without issue, with any luck. We're going to go for... we could take Retribution. Retribution does a bit more damage than Rampart, but Rampart has that 100% base stun. So I think I'm going to try for Rampart instead anyways. Alright, we got it. Shouldn't have... well, it didn't really matter. Let's just bolas at this point. Because we could only blind fire, and that was only a 50-50 shot at hitting what we wanted it to anyway. Thankfully, the crit's going to clean these up. We didn't get any healing out of that. I probably should have pushed for some more healing at the end. Oh, good. A trapped chest that's going to make us bleed. I definitely should have pushed for some healing at the end of that. Especially because there is at least one more room battle left. Pop a torch. Just keep moving. Forever change the hero. Fear of beasts. Well, that sucks. I just got to start avoiding those things. And we hit a trap. Just some damage, though. Nothing worse. Keep moving. Yeah, eat. That's fine. If we lose the Hellion, I'm not going to be too broken up about it, honestly. That seems to be what Hellions are for these days, is dying. After they got all the nerfs they've been getting. Oh, man. More rocks to tear through. And there's a fight in here. And a fight right here. We know there's a fight in here because there's still a room battle left. Alright, well, let's see what we can do. Hopefully this is a small fight. Okay, it's a bunch of maggots, which is kind of a small fight and kind of not. Unfortunately, they're 100% stun resistant, and they can stun us very effectively. Please don't focus down my Hellion. Alright, we got one kill. We killed the only one that had already taken a turn, of course, because that's how life works. Let's go ahead and heal the Hellion. Come on! Come on, what is this? Why, game? Why are you focusing down my weak person? Seriously, that's what it's doing. That's just not fun. Kill the guy with the, like, the tank. He hasn't managed to mark himself yet, I get it, but still, this is ridiculous. Alright, we could try a bellow to see if we can finish one of the maggots off. Even if it fails, it reduces their speed and dodge. So maybe it'll be enough. Alright, we killed the maggot. We got the 1 damage on the only one that counted, so that's something. We could toss out bolas. Alright, good. Unfortunately, I still can't heal this round, and I can't stun this thing out. So, long term, this still is doing very, very little for me. Let's just blind fire.
A trifling victory.
Alright. And I have no food either. Okay, well. We're still in a bad way. We're still in a very bad way, is what it feels like. I'm not using suppressing fire much yet, so maybe we can try Battlefield Bandage. See if we can make that work. Obviously, Rallying Flare could have been used in there as well. I'm going to avoid the knives. Oh yeah, and there's this thing in the way, which is going to hurt and potentially just kill our Hellion, so I think we just abandon quest.
Failure tests the metal of heart, brain, and body.
We got enough gold to try again a little bit better next time at least, but I think we're going to need to do a couple of runs without this group so we can get enough gold to relieve their stress and then see what we can do from there. Let's see what quirks we got. All kinds of bad quirks. Craving for alcohol. Will never drink, that's amusing. And then night blindness. Great, fantastic, excellent team. Good first run out with the new guys.
I remember days when the sun shone and laughter could be heard from the tavern.
Well, we tried. We tried. We're not even going to send them to town to rest up because we just don't have the cash for that. Instead, next time, I'll probably just be running out on my own to see if I can grab up a fair amount of cash. Because I would like to get this group kind of equipped so maybe they can start taking on some of these new bosses, which do seem to reward very high-level stuff if you manage to finish them, like a Hero's Ring. Increased virtue chance, which means that if you go a little crazy because you get too stressed out, it's an increased chance of becoming virtuous. So instead of going crazy, it'd be nice. But I think we're going to have to focus on finding some way to make some money in the next run. Maybe just do a super high level dungeon like this medium run right here with our super high level team that's probably not going to have too much trouble with it. And see if we can actually get something done there. We could even get some commander's orders picked up for our Crusaders, so that's very tempting. Probably do that on my own if I do it, but we will be back at some point to explore the dungeons a bit more with our new characters. But for now, we're going to wrap it up. So thank you everyone for watching. I'll see you next time.